International stories now. United Nations atomic watchdog has said that Iran has once again violated its nuclear deal with world powers. This as the body found uranium particles at an undisclosed site in Iran. Now, the International Atomic Energy Agency says that Iran has begun enriching uranium at a heavily fortified installation inside a mountain. It added that the Middle East nation has been increasing its stockpile of processed uranium and is further exceeding the allowable enrichment levels. Remember, these steps are prohibited under the agreement that Iran signed with the EU, Russia, China and the US in 2015. Though the atomic watchdog did not identify the site, it said that Iran continued to enrich uranium up to 4.5%, which is above the 3.6% enrichment level allowed by the deal. However, the enrichment level is still far below the weapons grade levels of 90%. The concern is that more uranium Iran enriches, the shorter will be the breakout time. That is the time it would need to produce enough material for a bomb. Analysts had put that time at a year if Iran abided by the 2015 deal's restrictions. Meanwhile, the UN has mulled reinstating economic sanctions against Iran. The report came as the European Union leaders reaffirmed their support to the deal. However, they added that the Eurozone was extremely concerned with Iran's repeated breach of the deal. Now remember, Tehran has been vocal about its violations after the US pulled out of the deal last year. And Australia's bushfires are the latest weather catastrophe that are plaguing the world. Australia's east coast is bracing for one of the nation's worst wildfire threat. Authorities have declared a state of emergency across a broad swath of Australia's east coast. Now, the declaration of a state of emergency gives the Rural Fire Service powers to control resources and also direct other government agencies. More than 60 blazes are burning across the state of New South Wales ahead of predicted catastrophic conditions. Authorities have also urged residents in high-risk areas to evacuate. Nearly 500 schools have also been ordered to close due to the threat. The bushfires burning across New South Wales and Queensland states have already killed 3 people and have destroyed more than 150 homes. Authorities have said that temperature in New Wales and Sydney would reach 37 degrees Celsius. It's the first time that a catastrophic level fire warning is in place across the Greater Sydney area and in regions to the city's north and south. The highest level rating was brought in after the 2009 disaster. At least 173 people were killed. The Black Saturday bushfires in Victoria that took place in 2009 were equally disturbing. But it's not just Australia being plagued by bushfires. Let's also have a look at wildfires in California. Wildfires are threatening homes around the globe. So how do we fight these forest fires? Our next report brings you more on this.
Forest fires spread due to a combination of wind, vegetation and hilly terrain. Wind fans the flames, affects the direction of the fire and transports embers and burning particles which allow the flames to jump over roads or fire breaks. Vegetation fuels fire. The drier the forest, the faster the fire spreads, travelling at up to 5 kilometres an hour. The more bushy the forest, the faster the fire spreads, particularly if the undergrowth isn't regularly cleared. A carpet of dry leaves is perfect fuel. In hilly areas, upward slopes tend to accelerate the fire, while it decelerates downhill. In high-risk areas, aerial spotters carry out surveillance all day long. As soon as a fire is detected, trackers discharge water mixed with a flame retardant, a fireproof salt which helps prevent vegetation from burning. If the fire develops, Canadair planes carrying greater volumes of water go back and forth over the zone, dousing the flames with their 6,000-litre cargo. On the ground, firefighters are dispatched, coordinated by a command post to ensure they're not injured by the tons of water being dropped from the air. 2 strategies are possible. Offensive, whereby firefighters get as close as possible to the blaze surrounding it from all sides. Or there is the defensive strategy. fire crews wait for the fire to reach them, while protecting vulnerable areas by establishing a line of vehicles to intervene by dousing the flames. In certain cases in uninhabited areas of forest rangers can light tactical fires under the supervision of the fire brigade, creating scrub-free zones which act as fire breaks and can stop the fire in its tracks. This technique tends to be used in Canada and the United States.